following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Defy Life. It's more than just about some football. All my sports teams off season go through withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, we got ideas, give me ear problems. Sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with 3 of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Koozie, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ali Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. The other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. You can listen to us everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. As always, we encourage you to follow, subscribe, like, and drop us a comment whenever you listen. You can also follow us on all social media platforms at Go Defy Life. The Defy Life Podcast is sponsored by our friends at Bud Bottles, home of the Bud Bottle and the Bud Freshener. Please visit budbottles.com for your odor eliminating needs. This is episode 77 of the Defy Life Podcast. I am your host, J.R. Glenf, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Gerald Hedrick. Yusuf English, how's it going today, Gerald?
Hey, man. It's Yo, hi everyone. It's my favorite day again. And I get to kick it with my people. I get to kick it with y'all, bring a little excitement to the listeners. That wishful thinking, Dreams of Dreamville drop today, actually, officially. Man, I probably listened to that joint like 10 times already, man. It's but my ears are biased, so I actually want other insight because my ears are biased. It's my little bro, so I'm super proud of him. This is his second project. Man, have you guys got a chance to check it out yet?
No, I ain't got a chance to check out this project. I checked out the video, the freestyle video, and so I'm itching to listen to the rest of it because the freestyle video got me amped. I'm going to hear the rest of it, so I will jump on that probably tomorrow. Like I said, I've been recording all these intro segments, so I ain't had time to even kiss my kids goodnight. I feel ashamed of myself, so yeah, but I'm itching for it.
Wow,
kid is dope.
Hey, it's hot, man. I appreciate that, man. Can't wait. I already told them we was gonna have them on. So we just gotta find a spot to fit them in. And the kid told me last night. He said, "Man, I'm working on a fresh 16 just for the Defy Life show."
Oh.
So I was like, yeah.
make that happen.
I was like, yeah, that's what's up. We can't wait to hit him 16.
Right. Oh yeah, we gotta make that happen. So yeah, I'll make sure I check that out ASAP and get lip on the show.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. Yosh, how's it going, man?
The champ is here.
Okay.
The champ is here.
Oh boy.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Just had to do that for my fans there. You know what I'm saying? We back again. Fresh off a championship last week. I was hoping my boy Pooh and Big Al was gonna be here, but since they ain't here, you know what I'm saying? That's how I had to come in. So they hear that on the playback. You know what I'm saying? I'm back.
I thought I had this kid boycotted. What's going on?
I am back, baby. I am back. What's happening, world?
Oh,
you know,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Man, Rick James, y'all couches, fuck your couch, nigga. Oh,
Rick
man.
James, bitch.
Yeah.
No.
Yo.
Nah, yo, listen, I've been holding that. Yo, I was holding my mic to the goddamn iPad for like 5 minutes of money talking. Like, come on, man, Jay, you got to bring me in. My arm starting to hurt. I was hoping my mic wasn't muted or nothing. Yo, let me go ahead and get it in. But nah,
hey, if you ain't boycotted this week, you damn sure boycotted next week.
Hey man, hey, you know, hey, listen, you know, I can't be on every week, so I gotta make my presence known when I'm here.
Oh,
you feel?
have done
Hey,
that, sir.
good. You can't be on every week. Good. Nah,
so listen,
welcome back, Yosh. Welcome back, man.
Fans are clamoring for me. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave me going on. You know.
Oh,
But
man, that was
nah,
great.
man, I'm happy to be back, man. I'm just like I said, anytime I'm on y'all show, it's a blessing to be here, man. You guys been doing it for a long time, and I'm just you know, just out here squirrel, you know, trying to get a nut with you guys. You feel what I'm saying? So
No
Hey,
doubt.
hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay. Next thing we know, he gonna be asking for "I'm the star of the show" T-shirts and shit.
Yeah, he gonna have his name at the top of the menu. Like, that's the Defy Life Podcast, brought to you by Yosh, hosted by Yosh.
Hey,
and
nah.
guys who are
Hey,
friends of
listen,
Yosh.
I would never step into your realm, baby. I'm a visitor in your world. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
I'm from another planet.
You keep winning trivia, man. You gonna have.
Hey,
all
listen,
kind of
I'm
bragging rights,
going for the repeat tonight. I came here,
Well,
and I'm going for the repeat.
Well, I just texted Pooh and Al, see where they at, see if they hiding from you, if they ducking you.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
see
if they
show
ducking
up.
me, it's okay. I mean, well, first off, Al's a Cowboys fan. I would expect nothing less. And you know, and then if you talk about,
Yo, I couldn't wait for them to lose to see y'all go back and forth. Like
Yeah.
I was like, that's gonna be the highlight of my week.
yo, I was, but you know, like I said, I'm gonna wait till we get to you know what you know before I say what I gotta say on that. But
Okay,
you know,
okay.
I was hoping my man Al would be here. We're quickly becoming frenemies, and I'm
Yeah.
enjoying that.
Hey,
And
and
you
like
know,
some good old fashioned NFC East hate.
hey man, you already know. If we didn't hate each other, we wouldn't be the NFC East. That's all.
No doubt.
Hey, well, Jake, since Pooh and I are not here, and we don't typically get to ask you, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking. Like I said, I've been knee deep. It feels like I've got like imprints of these. You know, you wear headphones so long, you feel like they still on when you take them off. And
Yeah.
that's how I've been feeling for the last 2 days. So, but it's good though. Just kind of doing some intro segments of all the new hosts of all the new shows. So, like I said, it's a good busy, man. We're growing. You know, thanks in part to all you guys. Everybody's kind of putting their hand in the pile and we're making this thing work. So, it's a good busy. This is what we asked for. I keep reminding myself, is motherfucker, this is what you asked for. So,
Yeah.
it's good. So between that and I'd step in and help my wife do a Facebook Live last night with her business. So I've just been kind of digital Bobby the last 2 days. So
Right.
yeah. So it's good
Well,
though. Thanks for asking.
No doubt, man. You're welcome.
And on the way to Pittsburgh this week to see my Steelers play the Falcons. So hopefully I come back with some shit talk for Rodney and Keon. Well, Rodney.
That's
Keon
right,
don't watch
but-
football. I don't talk football with Keon right now. He claimed he don't watch football.
Let's
but he
go
always talks
Steelers. Let's go Steelers. Absolutely.
shit. So
Do us a favor.
yeah. So I guess I'll find some shit talk for Rodney because Keon claimed he ain't watching football, but he always got some shit to say about football. So I don't get it, especially when it involves any of our teams. So
Keon about football. What you mean? Every text I get from Keon about football. What you mean?
but that's why he claimed he taking a break from the show because he ain't watching the NFL. So I'm like, dude, which one are you doing? Like, you just taking a vacation, but you get to talk shit through the text, so I don't even reply no more. Fake ass Muslim
He
eating
just-
ribs and shit.
Hey, that's them people who want to boycott. He watching the NFL now. You know he watching,
Yeah,
and I don't even know him like that. But you know he watching.
yeah, he watching. That's all his text.
Oh, he watching because, like I said, every text I get from him about football.
Exactly.
So,
Like, so yes, I just call him a fake ass Muslim right now. He's eating pork on the side,
We could be talking about some whole other shit. Boy, y'all hear that new album? And then here go Keon. Nah, I ain't heard that new album, but boy, y'all see who I don't know, Pat Mahomes? Yeah.
For real. So yeah. So I'm hoping my Steelers get it done. We'll see. But man, let's jump on into it, man. So we can. I'm anxious to get to this trivia, so I might just speed through this. If I can start going through fast through these other.
Nah, you gotta wait. Nah, don't. Hey Jay, don't speed through it because I want Pooh to be here.
I know.
You know, Pooh be late, so don't speed through it.
Oh boy, here we go.
I need Pooh here.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Because he ducking, so let's just take our time.
He's now he's ducking. Oh boy, yo, boycott.
Oh God, Jay, go to boycott. See, I'm just a visitor. I keep on telling you, I'm just a visitor on y'all show. My show is tomorrow. You know, hopefully we had. I want to have the Defy Life cast on. No, we got a visitor tomorrow. But you know, next week we'll do it on.
Can I be a guest on your show, Yosh?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
my man.
I was begging y'all last week to get on the show.
Yeah.
I was like, please, somebody get on.
So yeah, we gotta get that work.
Yeah, you gotta tell us like before you like 5 minutes
I didn't
know.
Here's the thing, Money. Like I didn't know that it was gonna take that route. Once it took that route, I was like, yo, I gotta get these boys on because I know it'll be. Yo, I need an argument right now. But then Josh and Micah gave it to me, so it was cool. It was cool. Once Josh and Micah gave it to me, I was good. But like, I just want to say, listeners, while Josh ain't on to hate on me, like when you listen to the segment when it drops, Josh hates on me. Just so you know, Josh hates on me. So and Jay saw it for himself. Josh hates on me.
That was a pure like Coach E and Josh moment. I got to be a part of. So yeah, that was great. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh man! All right. Well, I will keep myself under control and ease through these topics so we can let Pooh get on. I think he's actually recording a Wednesday morning breakfast for his fantasy show, so he'll be on in about 5 minutes.
I think that's what he's doing. We gotta cover the ads and the drops for the week.
Yeah. So he's got an excuse tardy tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, that's cool then. He ain't ducking there. My bad, Pooh. I ain't gonna do that to you.
I can't wait. All right, we're gonna as usual start off with some news tidbits. This first one, it's scary as hell. I was gonna do the second, but I couldn't wait to get into it because, again, it makes you question like the competency of state employees. On certain levels, because how the hell, Money, does the state of Missouri lose a whole 1,300 sex offenders? Like, you just lose them. You don't even know where they at. How does this happen?
Man, hey, yo, beats the hell out of me. You know, you would think that with the serious, and some of these hundreds of these people were like serious sex offenders with serious crimes, like, and they just, I don't know if it's computers or what, but they're just gone. They have no track of these people. They don't know where they reside. They literally, like, I guess for lack of a better term, they use the term like, we lost them.
Yeah.
You know, so. Man, you asked me how it happened. I don't know, but the level of concern that I had, I'll tell you what it took me back to. It took me back to the state employee of Hawaii accidentally sending a message that was back a few months ago, like not to that level of pandemonium and fear, but that's also up there, man. If you have kids, or even if you're like, what, you don't even have to have kids. You need to be like a woman or like a single or whatever. Like, I just think it's super serious. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if it was computer related or just bad, bad maintenance practices of keeping up with databases or elements of data. But, being a software guy, I could think of many ways in which that could actually happen, but you got to have redundancies, you got to have backups, you got to have if it was electronic, there are ways that it could happen, but you're supposed to have things in place that you could recall that information. If it was paper records, man, I have no clue. But I do know somebody's probably gonna lose their job. A lot of somebody's probably gonna lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's what I was about. So Yosh, you're over the State Department of sex offenders, right? And you walk into the office tomorrow. First thing you saying when you walk into the office?
Firing everybody. You stand up, get the fuck out. Like, you got to go. I mean, because I'm on USA, in anticipation. When you sent out the topics for today, I actually pulled up some, the article or whatever from USA Today, and it said that, it's 1,300 of them.
Yeah. At
least 794 of them have the criteria for Tier 3.
Yes.
Now, in 1995, Missouri changed it, updated its database into classifying sex offenders into 3 tiers. The most dangerous sex offenders are in Tier 3. That's rape, sodomy, and first or second degree child molestation. Those offenders must register with the police every 90 days. And they lost 794 of these motherfuckers. First off, where the fuck are they? That's what I want to know. Where are these people? And I don't know about you, but none of that stuff in Tier 3 sound good.
No.
No. None of that shit sound like what you want to deal with. So, I mean, you gotta fire everybody there, because I just don't understand. As a parent, I told a friend of mine about the story, and she looked at me like, "What? Where the hell did 1,300 people go?" You know what I'm saying? 1,300? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people sticking their things where they don't belong. And who knows what they're doing right now, because you can't find them.
Yeah.
So what has to happen now? Like all the local municipalities and the sheriffs and the police, they have to go to the last known address and hope that these motherfuckers still there.
Yeah.
Because if they not, hey, good luck. I mean, who they gonna call? They gonna call the SBI, the FBI? Like, who? I don't know who you call. Yeah. I mean, these motherfuckers, once they know, oh shit, they don't know where I'm at. I'm out. I'm in Cali or some shit. Oh man, huge mistake. Huge mistake.
And that's what gets me is, I mean, granted, like those level 3 guys you just talked about, they absolutely deserve to be on these sex offender lists. But I'm sure there's a lot of these dudes that didn't get lost. They're like, man, I'm out here for because there's a lot of dudes that's on there for some petty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, like, the sex offender list can range from, looking into the wrong window, car window, or taking a piss outside. Like, it can range from those things to those guys we just mentioned in Tier 3. So I'm sure a lot of those dudes, like one dude that got, I'm sure there's a dude on the list that probably got drunk outside the club and pulled the shit out of the piss, and now he's on the sex offender list. And he's like, man, what you mean to tell me you keeping up with me, but you ain't keeping up with this dude that done raped 16 kids? Like, nah. So, like, to me, at some point, the responsibility has to match the alarm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be putting all these people on the list and then you just lose some of them. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's super crazy. Like, I just don't understand how you lose. Like, you lose somebody. Yeah.
They
like
lost
that
8%
important
of the entire sex offender population in their state.
That makes absolutely no sense to me.
That's crazy. That's
like
crazy.
If I'm a parent, I'm moving right now. If I'm in Missouri and I'm a parent, I'm 8% moving.
Of anything. Like, depending on what day of the week, if I lose 8 cents out of $1, I'm pissed off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on how close
now I can't get that sausage biscuit.
Exactly.
You know
like, what the fuck is my tax? I can't even get my sausage. Like, yeah. Like, you You know what I'm saying? If it's like that close to payday, and I'm like, damn, it's Thursday, I get paid tomorrow. Where the hell is my sausage bit? Like, yeah, 8% of anything is like, man, you gonna lose 8% of whole people. I don't get it.
So how high? Employees, leads, supervisors, executives, like how high does it go? Because they got to make an example out of somebody.
Oh yeah.
So somebody gonna make an example out of.
So how high does this thing go in terms of like who getting fired this week?
Oh yeah, it's gonna have to. I mean, what is it, Missouri? Like, if the University of Missouri like lost like 8% of their football scholarships, the AD getting fired, the coach getting fired, the head coach getting fired, like, you know, there's gonna be some heads going, and that's over football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would expect that, like the directors, managers, the person who actually, like, you know, over that account, if there are account, I don't know how they work account, like the tier, I don't get it. But anyway, like, yeah, I mean, starting from like entry level to upper management to direct, like, it's gonna have to, like, some people gonna have to be the points of contact on this one.
I agree. I think we can follow up on this story. And,
absolutely. Because I mean,
maybe,
God forbid
absolutely,
it happens, but you leave like 1,300 like people who are on that list, and 700 at least are on there for very good reasons. It's bound to be some shit that's gonna happen.
And this website you can go to check that shit, right? So if you one of them tier 3 people, I don't want to just say tier 3 dudes because hey, some of them could be women.
Yeah.
If you one of them tier 3 people and you log into the joint and you can't find you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
It's free reign.
You know, you free reign. Yeah. You moving or you know, that's crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me.
Because I mean, if there were like a chicken wing eating offenders list and they just lost me, and I could just eat all the fucking wings I want to, I'm hitting the Buffalo Wild Wings every night. They ain't got no checkpoints on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, like, man. I'm
gonna probably go to regular Wild Wings because Buffalo Wild Wings is horrible.
Well, they are. Yeah, I just threw the first thing. Yeah, I said the first name that popped up, but yeah, they are.
It's just nasty.
Yeah, they're horrible, flavorless.
That's not the opinion of Defy Life. That's just the opinion of me.
Yeah, these opinions do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Defy Life podcast. Any all questions and concerns or to be to address to Gerald Hedrick, please contact him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I feel you. Money, I agree. Oh man. Moving on. To
you couldn't give me them wings,
man.
Them wings and Papa John's pizza. You can't give me that shit. Yo. You can't pay me to eat that shit.
Yo, man, it's
that shit's so nasty.
Yeah. Like, it kills me because, you know, like, you know, I work at Pepsi, so every time we get free pizza, it's a bunch of, like, 1,800 Papa John's boxes stacked up in the break room, right? And you always have these new chicks walking through the office. They ain't used to shit. And they see you get on the elevator and you ain't got, like, 14 slices of pizza in your hand. And like, you ain't gonna go get your pizza? No, bitch. I'm not gonna go get my pizza. I don't want that shit. Enjoy your free Papa John's. Don't nobody want that. Man, but yeah. So moving on, Yosh, man, what's up with your people, man? At Dunkin' Donuts in New York. Apparently, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but some employees at a Dunkin' Donuts. Well, sorry, just Dunkin' now. They've removed the donuts from their name officially. So some Dunkin' employees have.
That shit sounds so stupid.
It does.
Stupid as hell.
Yeah, I guess.
And I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly. I guess they figured they'd take the name literally and dunk this homeless dude with water. Just took a whole pitcher of water and just dumped it on him, and you know, while he apparently thought he was sleeping. Apparently he's there in the store a lot, but if you look at the video, he was legitimately sitting there trying to charge his phone, and this dude just walked up behind him, an employee, looks like a manager, got on the gray shirt, and just poured a whole pitcher of water on dude and told him to get out and cursed him out. And the dude was like, you know, he's trying to charge his phone, to call his mom, tell her good night. And granted, there is always a slippery slope when there are, non-customers hanging out, and especially I'm sure they have a lot of issues with homeless people just like trying to hang out in the stores. But dude didn't seem like he was doing any harm to anybody. And needless to say, that employee and the employee that was filming, I imagine, and there were a few people laughing in the background. Those employees have been fired. Granted, see the video, it's kind of disgusting to watch. First thing I'll say is this: I was semi glad that the homeless dude was a white dude and the employee was a black dude, because if it was the other way around, they'd be protesting and doing all kind of crazy shit, saying that it was racially driven.
Right.
When honestly, I don't think it's about race. This is a class issue. And I'm kind of sensitive to this one because I know a lot of dudes, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I know a few people who have struggled, with homelessness and chronic homelessness, and just the way that they, expressed that they felt like invisible to society. I lived in Atlanta for 10 years, and Atlanta's got a very high homeless population, and I would always do as much as I could to, drop food off and, work in the communities, things like that, because it's, to be honest, we are all, 90% of the population, we all a paycheck or two away from that situation.
Right.
So, to me, this is about a class issue. So I'm glad that it wasn't able to be made about race. I don't know, Yosh, what were your thoughts on the video? And secondly, what do you think it is with society in general, the way we look at homeless people in our communities?
Well, I don't know. This video kind of touched me a little bit for a number of different reasons, and this is only my second time on y'all show, but I'm gonna get a little personal with your listeners real quick, because it's hit me on two different fronts. First off, I don't know if you guys knew. I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but there was a point in my life where I was homeless, and it's funny, which is I think the reason why I work so hard now, was because of that time period where I'm legitimately on trains begging for change, and you go a day, and all you get is a quarter or $1 or enough to just jingle, and you genuinely want food. I think I was young, 17, 18 years old, doing that stuff, and this is a couple of years before I came to Allen. And I know people was when I got to Allen, I was a 21-year-old freshman, and people are looking at me like, yo, damn, this dude old being in college. But nobody, a lot of people didn't know what I had been through. And it was my choices, it was my decisions that caused me to be homeless. But, just going through that, having to sleep in shelters with all your stuff in your hands because somebody will come by and steal it. And to have somebody throw water on you and treat you like shit. Like people would rather, if they see a stray dog, they'll take a stray dog. Oh my God, look at you. Look at let me see your collar. Oh, let me take you home. And let me fix you up. Let me take you to the shelter. Shit, I can't tell you the amount of times that people just walk by me. And this is New York City, between New York and New Jersey, that people just walk by me and say nothing. Or don't even acknowledge the fact that I'm standing there asking for change. So now every time I see a homeless person, I don't care what I got on me, I'm gonna try to give them whatever it is I throw in that cup. And that's the first thing. Secondly, from reading, when I read the article, they said that the man suffered from schizophrenia and he's homeless by choice because he doesn't want to be around his family members. Well, my brother currently is bipolar. He has a bipolar disorder, and he was homeless recently, and he's now locked up due to something he did when he was manic. And what I've realized is we treat two different. Our community, our nation treats two sets of people like crap. Beyond, outside of race relations, there's two sets of people that we treat like crap, and that's homeless people and people with mental disabilities.
Absolutely.
And they give them enough medication to get them straight, and then they put them back out on the street with nowhere to go, and no means and no way. And I think that what we saw here, I think the actual quote from the person that was one of the people that was working there was, how many times I got to tell you to stop sleeping in here, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? You know, you're here all day, you have enough time in here. How many times have customers and the people going to have to tell you to stop sleeping in here? Well, how about the fact that he don't got nowhere to sleep? You know, we all have a friend, KD. He has a book out, and there's one of the poems in his book called "Hey brother, can you buy me some fries?" And there's a line in it that goes, "All of us are just $5 away from saying, 'Hey brother, can you buy me some fries?'" And I don't think that these. And first off, motherfucker, if you're working in Dunkin' Donuts, you damn sure $5 away from saying, "Hey, you know, damn, can I use this table to sleep on?" You know what I'm saying? You damn sure right there. And so when I read the article, I actually saw the video. Like, having been in that situation and currently going through the mental instability aspect of it with my brother, it really, like, I never vie for people to lose their jobs, especially in this economy with this president. But at the end of the day, I was happy to see the motherfuckers lose their job because they deserved it. They got exactly what they deserved. And now I bet you they won't go around with that same mindset because they deserve to lose their jobs. Yeah. Sorry if I was long-winded.
Nah, I feel you on every single word. Moni, what were your thoughts?
So, human decency, right? Like, I also, because I've long said, like, so there's definitely a stigmatism and a war on minorities in this country. There's also a bigger war related to class. This was a human decency class thing to me. And I looked at the individuals and then I decided that these just must not be good individual people. And so granted that there was some history between the employees and I guess the homeless person, but there's no excuse for this. And I'm glad that they got what they deserve, in my opinion. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson because they're young. You know, so they're in that age range where they can be influenced, but they're also young enough to where they can change their views on a lot. And hopefully, you know, they'll do that. But it sounds to me like these are people that have never been through anything, and they just need a dose of reality.
See, but money. The only thing I disagree with what you said is they're young enough to have to learn from that. That's for the ones that can self-reflect and say, "Hey, I did something wrong here." I could almost guarantee you there's a portion of them that are blaming the homeless guy that they abused for the fact that they lost their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the problem.
Those are the people. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. Go ahead, Money.
I was gonna say those are the people that can be. Those people are gonna not be reached, or at least not be reached now anyway. Like, so you can't save everybody, but if you can save one person, you've done your job. You know, so you work. Yeah, so you work on the person that you can save, and then hopefully the other knuckleheads will come around and be like, you know, damn, like I self-reflect, like I really dropped the ball in this scenario. Like I need to self-reflect and look and learn from this. You know, my pops always says it's illegal to be stupid when you're young, because you can usually learn something and recover from that. Well, you know, I'm in my mid-30s, so even when I make mistakes, even now, like I try to say, like what can I learn from it? Okay, I did it. Okay, so what can I learn from it? So hopefully they're in that mindset where they can say, I can learn something from this. What is it? And then reflect and kind of grow from this experience. That's all I'm saying.
And even if they don't learn now, because we all been in situations where you don't actually learn in the moment, but then something like you said, Money's, a lot of times you're young, you haven't really experienced any hardship really, but then life hits you, and you're able to reflect on things that happened earlier in your life. So at least, you know, maybe if they're not in a place within themselves where they can learn from this right now, when they actually do go through some shit in life, maybe they can look back at this as a reference point, because, you know, there's points, and I'm sure there's points in all of our lives when we look back and we regret how we've treated somebody. I know I do. And, you know, there's, and, you know, when you're on the other side of that, it's easy for me to reflect back and look at how I treated somebody, and then I can reflect back and really regret that, because that's how I've been treated in another situation. So hopefully they can learn at least at some point in the future.
I agree. I agree 1,000%.
I agree with that too.
No excuse. It will happen, but hopefully people can learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn, y'all, I failed y'all again. Everybody out there, I failed you. I keep saying I'm going to go into these listening questions on a high note, but I failed you again. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about something fun one day in these news tidbits. But
one day.
Yeah, one day. But that's why I love this show, because, you know, for one, and Yosh, thanks for sharing, man, because, you know, this is why I love this show, and I love the people I work with on this network, because we are not afraid to be vulnerable with each other and with our listeners, and that shows up time and time again on so many shows on this network. So thanks for sharing, Yosh.
I've known you for 18 years and I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I didn't really get into embracing telling those stories until I became a teacher, because I felt like my students can see, okay, well, this guy really was at the bottom, and now he's here in front of us trying to impart some knowledge on us. And it sometimes works as far as getting them to, I guess, relate to me and connect with me, and I get them to work harder through it. So it wasn't until I became a teacher that I really started to embrace it, really.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, I always say, you know, if somebody wrote a book about your life, would anybody want to read it? You know, it's about, you know, again, you know, like we said, it's about defying life, and that's the epitome of it. But yeah, so on to these list of questions, and again, you know, everybody, one of these days I will go into these list of questions on a high note. But first question from Beverly in San Francisco, Gerald. Thus far in the NFL, 4 weeks in, who is the biggest surprise and the biggest disappointment in the NFL so far? That can be individual player or team.
I'm glad I got to go first. Yeah. Man, I'm going to say the biggest surprise is Pat Mahomes. I mean, you hear all the time that coaching staffs are high on kids and high on guys, and you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like, it's just, you know, like Sean McDermott and his staff was high on Nathan Peterman. You know, all like those, you know, yeah. So it's tough to when you as a fan or even as someone that covers the game doesn't get to see what the coaching staff sees in practice and film study and just developmental progression. So a lot of times when they're saying they're high on the guy, we kind of have to wait to see the finished product on the field. Boy, Pat, man, like I know it's only week 4, but man, I'm coming around. I think this kid's the real deal. Like it's and typically I'm tough on that. I'm tough on people saying someone's the real deal, somebody's the truth after 3 or 4 games. The jury's still out on Garoppolo and guys like that for me. But I just think this kid has that it thing that and that very few guys. I think Deshaun Watson has it, and some other guys. But man, I'm really, really impressed. He does not look like a second-year quarterback at all. He looks to have total command of that offense. And Andy Reid actually looks like he's trusting him to put him in a position to win. I mean, of course, we all know Andy Reid. He'll eventually find a way to lose 4 games in a row. But for now, he's got that offense cooking. So I want to say my biggest surprise is actually like that Pat Mahomes is playing as advertised, and honestly, probably even better than advertised.
Agreed. All right, your biggest disappointment so far?
The Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders are my biggest disappointment. I actually thought that they'd be a lot better than what they are. I was excited to see Gruden get back into coaching, and their issues. We did a show and we said, of any free agents that you could sign and get to a long-term deal, who would you do? And it was a fan question. I actually said Khalil Mack. And so I just think that it starts with losing him. And maybe we'll be proven wrong on this, or I'll be proven wrong on this, but it starts with losing him. And they already didn't play a lot of defense, but he at least was a presence that could, he could single-handedly take over a football game. So for them to let him go, and I just feel like that was just a signal that they were giving up on this season. Like this season was just going to be, like a mulligan, and they were going to really try next year.
Yeah, don't look good in Oakland, man. And I said this about John Gruden: as good of a coach as we saw in his first stint in the NFL. Just think about how much the game has changed since then. So, look at even rule changes, how offenses are played, how defenses are allowed to play, and like positions that like are important now, positions that have evolved, and now a lot of defenses are positionless. It's more about schemes and roles than it is about position. So, you look back when even John Gruden, when he won the championship in Tampa Bay, what was that? What year was that they won there? 08?
Like yeah. When they beat Rich Gannon and the Raiders, man, I want to say that was like 05, 06 or something.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was like early to mid 2000s. And back then, teams were still playing like that Tampa Bay team was still playing at Tampa too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in a long time when you look at how football has changed. So I'm not sure. And you look at John Gruden has like a lot of old coaches who come back and want to play old school football. He has the oldest roster in the NFL in the last years. It's crazy. So, yeah, man. Yosh, who's your biggest surprise thus far?
I think my biggest surprise, I'd have to echo Gerald Money's sentiments, which is, Pat Mahomes. He has been one, I think that just you didn't think he would be, they gave up Alex Smith, who was very serviceable for him. But you could see, from the first time you saw him zip that ball, you kind of knew, you kind of figured out why. But another surprise for me has been Kirk Cousins, to be completely honest. I think he's living up to his contract at this moment. Had this points, slinging the ball a lot more down the field than he did in Washington.
Yeah.
You know, I think
he did in Kansas City. I mean, Washington. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, he's throwing the ball. He's not checking it down. He's taking chances. You know, he's playing and putting up points. And I just think that he's been a surprise as well. And I call him a surprise because, you know, somebody who gets paid that much money, they can't be a surprise. But he's a surprise in the sense of nobody expected this out of him. Yeah. And he's lived up to, you know, now, mind you, they didn't pay him for now. They paid him for the playoffs. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think between him and Patrick Mahomes, they've been, for me, the biggest surprises of the season so far, 4 weeks in.
Gotcha. All right. Who you rolling with for your disappointment?
Woo. I was gonna say the Raiders. Actually, I was gonna say something else, and then money talked me into the Raiders. But then the force within me said, "Go with your gut." And the biggest disappointment for me, hands down, is Eli Manning and my New York Giants.
Ooh, wee.
They have been an ultimate disappointment to me. If I could have found a paper bag big enough for my head on Sunday, I would have put it on, cut 2 eyes out, and watched the rest of that damn game. I feel like Odell Beckham must have fucked Eli Manning girl or some shit, because he can't throw the ball to him if he was 6'7". He overthrow him, underthrow him. Everybody else,
yes, Al in the building.
Everybody else, the Pat. Everybody. Hold on now. I thought I was talking.
Oh,
I was just saying though.
I'm sorry.
You was talking, but I was here, yo. I gotta speak to my guy. What you mean, yo? Boycott.
Yo, all I gotta say is, Al, Pooh, when y'all listen to the show tomorrow, the first 3 minutes, the first 90 seconds are gonna have you livid, especially depending on what happens in trivia tonight. So, just have your big boy ears on. Yeah.
That's okay. I'll take it. I got a big boy here. My fault, though. I didn't mean to cut off the Giant fan as he was confessing his sorrows.
Oh, no. I mean, you know, I'm just...
because I'm enjoying this shit. Go ahead, sir.
Apparently, you ain't mean to cut off the star of the show, so hey,
listen, hey now. Let me say this. At least I'm not... I think that Cowboys fans are extremely delusional. At least I'm not delusional. I can admit when we
stay on topic so we can get the talk. Go on. Continue confessing your shit. Come on, stay on topic, bro.
You're right.
Don't need to deflect. Don't deflect now.
You're right. Well, to continue with my biggest disappointment, like I said, the New York Giants are my biggest disappointment. I thought that they would do things differently offensively. I think Eli Manning needs to be fall out of his bed and rip his Achilles tendon. So we put anybody else in. Right now, I think anybody can go out there and play quarterback and do better than what he's doing. And I think with that wide receiver core, the line held up pretty good the other day. Just with that wide receiver core and that running back, I just don't see how we're just not doing anything defensive. And then the defense held the Saints to 4 drives where they only got field goals. And we still can't produce nothing? You mean to tell me we still can't get nothing done? So, biggest disappointment for me is that the Raiders as well. I don't know who resurrected John Gruden, but, they need to go ahead and put him back out the pasture, because if he got the oldest roster because he went and found all the players that was good when he was coaching before.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just that. But I digress, and I turn it over now to my people, my good people.
Well, yo,
the stars of the show, because I'm just a visitor.
What? Yo, so let me ask you this though. So as a Giants fan, because and we play y'all this week.
Ooh.
What do you? Oh yeah. We at the Giants. No, actually, the Giants come here. And for some reason, the tickets are hella expensive. I don't know why, but because the Giants over 5 or whatever. But anyway, what do you think the problem is? Because I was kind of even last year when the Giants made all those offensive moves, I kept telling people, but they don't have an offensive line. So I don't know. Like, they made a bunch of moves, but they didn't improve on the offensive line. So the Giants may very well lose 13 games. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the season. And this year, I was actually saying, like, I think the Giants are going to be good. I think the Giants will win the division, actually, on this show.
I think I laughed at you, too.
Well, let me say this. I think, money. Let me say this. I think
the problem is their fan base, to be honest.
Well, no, I don't think that's.
and here's why. Because they had the opportunity last year when they benched Eli, and their fan base said, "No, put Eli back," and they empowered him. And way back, check the show tape. I said, y'all fucking up now because he's garbage. And I've been saying it consistently, he's garbage. So it's the fan base who suckered and got the coach fired and put Eli back. So that's the problem is. That's who's delusional.
Let me say this. I totally agree with you, but I was not one of those fans. I've been cursing Eli's name since he was drafted. Since he was drafted, I have hated every second of Eli Manning. And anybody, and these boys will tell you, I was so hot. We traded Phillip Rivers. We passed on Ben Roethlisberger for Eli Manning. If it wasn't for the fact that David Tyree had stick him on his glove and another play that in another Super Bowl that he just lucked up the fuck on, and the defenses that he played with, because them was some damn good that D-line was a Hall of Fame D-line. And they just pressured the quarterback from all ends. That NASCAR package was ridiculous. So Tom Brady didn't have a chance to pass the rock. So Eli Manning was not the reason that we won those Super Bowls. So if it's not for that, he doesn't even have a chance at the Hall of Fame. Because since his last Super Bowl, he's led the NFL in interceptions. And then the fact that he has this nullified, lost fucking look on his face always wants me to reach through my TV and poke him in his fucking eyes, because the shit just don't make sense to me. How you didn't see the man in the other jersey just standing there because you threw it right to him. Hit him in the numbers. Shit, throw it down like that. Throw that perfect pass to him. You throw it to the other damn team. And it's just I wasn't one of those fans when they benched him. I was happy that they benched him. I thought that we would at least I knew we were going to take Saquon Barkley. I thought that we would have tried to package something else to move up late in the first, try to get something late in the first round to draft one of those quarterbacks that fell late. And possibly just start rebuilding from there, because we would have had a young crew of receivers, relatively young, and a young running back and a young quarterback kind of to grow together. And honestly, the line has pretty much, for the most part, held up this year. So, and do we have a chance to win the division? Yeah, but shoot, I got a chance to win $1 million too. So if I play the lottery, I mean, but at the end of the day, our division, like, we ain't in the best of shape right now. It ain't like everybody's running away with the division that we can't win it. But I just don't have faith in Eli Manning, and I think for us to do anything, we're gonna have to move away from him. We're just gonna have to let that time period go. I don't give a fuck who says what. Like, he just need to be put out the pasture. Like, he's like that old dog that just don't move no more. Well, he been an old dog, but it is what it is. I don't see it. So
Y'all have Dave Gettleman as our GM, so our old GM Dave Gettleman. So I wish y'all no success at all. I can't stand him. He's gonna run y'all's organization into the ground, and I can't wait to see him get fired.
Was he a good GM over there?
As long as he's there. Why? He got fired. What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. Look, nigga.
No, he was. He tried. These are the two moves that he tried to make that got him fired. He tried to trade Thomas Davis, and then he tried to trade Greg Olsen.
Damn.
Because they were both in contract years, and they wanted to renew so they could retire Panthers, and he wanted to trade.
And then he cut Steve Smith.
Wow. But so originally, we hated him as soon as he let go of D'Angelo Williams and Steve Smith. And then it was the way he went up. He did it with like that New York attitude, like, and when we've just never treated our players like that. Even guys that we have to move on from, we just don't the way he went about it, like he told Stevie, we're going to renew, and he was in conversation, and then all of a sudden he just stopped talking to him. The same way he handled the Josh Norman. Josh Norman would still be a Panther had it not been for David Gettleman. Like, it was just so many. He botched every Jordan Gross, and same thing. Like, he botched every Panthers personnel opportunity the entire time he was here. And Jerry Richardson, as much as I hated him, finally had enough of it when the stories came out that he was actually actively trying to trade Greg Olsen and Thomas Davis.
Yeah. Well,
and moving on.
Al, who's your
Yes,
biggest
sir.
surprise so far? This is our first fan question. Who's your biggest surprise thus far, and your biggest disappointment in the NFL? And that can be individual player or team.
Okay. Well, first, let me apologize for missing the first part of the show, but I was online doing some research, looking for some community service opportunities for Sundays.
Cool.
So I got some homeboys who's Giant fans, and they ain't got much to do because they ain't watching the bullshit games anymore. So they asked me to.
Hey, listen. Let me say this.
To find them something to do. So I just want to apologize.
I couldn't wait for you to get on.
I was busy, but my bad. But to the surprise, I like Pat Mahomes, but I did pick the Chiefs, in our prediction show because I was high on Mahomes, but not because I knew anything. I agree, it's kind of hard if you ain't there to know this dude was going to be all of that. But I do think Andy Reid is good at one thing, and it's kind of working with quarterbacks. So when he got rid of Alex Smith, I had a feeling that Mahomes was going to be hitting on something. So my biggest surprise is actually Chicago Bears. Like, I thought they was going to be okay, and maybe with Mac, I thought it was going to be better. But the way their defense is playing right now, and Trubisky is nothing I would have ever imagined. So that's where I'm going with my biggest surprise. I'm going with the Bears. The Bears.
Okay. All right. And who's your biggest disappointment thus far?
And, I thought the Giants, but like I said, I thought they was going to suck in the summer. I thought they was going to suck at the end of the season. So I can't really say they disappointed me because I expected that. And I kind of feel the Falcons the same way. I expected them to be sorry, and that's not really a disappointment. So really my disappointment, because I thought they was going to be better, was Seattle. Like, I kind of am glad to see it all just kind of fizzle out dysfunctionally. But, I mean, and they playing okay right now, but I guess I thought they was going to be competing, like, with L.A. Like, just give them some type of – and maybe the Rams are just that much better, but I really thought they were going to be a tough team at best. But I think it's going to be them far.
Okay. All right.
I still think Russell's gonna find a way to keep them competitive because Russell's all they have. Well, I mean, again, they got who they get back? The guy that was hurt, the receiver.
Lockett.
I can't remember his name. Again, they got
Baldwin.
Yeah, they got Baldwin back, so that is gonna uplift him a little bit. But man, Russell's all they have, man, but he's shown me in the past that he can find a way to will them to wins. But I definitely, so I'm not going to say I was disappointed. They're kind of where I thought they'd be, struggling early with the two receivers hurt. But I think, man, you can't count Russell out, man. You can't count him out.
Yeah, and when you look at that franchise traditionally, like even when they were at their peak, they were notorious for having slow starts at the beginning of the season. So,
yeah.
But they don't have the Legion of Boom to lean on, and most of that defense is gone. So, so at this point, you don't know if it's how they are traditionally slow starting, or if this is just who they are. They're gonna be pretty disappointing all year. So I don't know. We gotta wait and see. But I feel you. They do look pretty underwhelming right now. Tom Stevens.
Yeah, I'm here.
How was
Yo, young fella.
Fantasy show, sir.
Man, I'm livid over that crap, man.
Oh, well, moving on. Who's your biggest surprise through the first 4 weeks of the season and your biggest disappointment?
My biggest surprise over the first 4 weeks, I'm going to have to, man, I wanted to say Alvin Kamara. I mean, I knew the kid was good, but what that kid is nothing short of phenomenal. You know, to me, he's like, I don't know, the second coming of Marshall Faulk. But I'm going to say Adrian Peterson, man. Adrian Peterson, he's out on the street.
He's not done.
You know, he's not done at all. He's out there selling hot dogs over the summer. You know, and the guys call him up and bring him into camp. And all he did was produce, man. He's playing great ball right now. So, of course, you know, I can go Pat Mahomes, but I'm definitely going to go with Adrian Peterson. Because as soon as I saw him and I went and watched tape, I didn't see what everyone else was saying. You know, he couldn't do this, wasn't moving laterally, didn't have the burst. I didn't see it. Because when I went back and watched film from the Cardinals, I saw burst. I saw jump cut. You know, so I think, I mean, maybe he's not the AP of old, but he's certainly not done.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, and who's your biggest disappointment thus far?
Man, the biggest disappointment is that Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
I was waiting on somebody to say it.
Yeah, but, you know, and man, there was a lot of other things out there, but because I know you guys, you know, had had some great draft picks, you know, and all I heard was, you know, Audie, you know, Burns with the 4-3, and he's gonna be this cover guy, and then the kid from Cleveland, you know, he's healthy now. I can't recall his name right now. Joe Hayden, he's healthy now. The other safety, and Bud and White, and you know those guys. But I guess you guys still hadn't covered from Shazier.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But ironically, John Bostic's probably playing the best of any defensive player on the team.
No, Jay, he's playing out of his mind. He didn't play like that for us.
Ball.
Yeah.
He didn't play like that for us.
Ball.
So,
no, he didn't play like that for us.
Yeah, so that kind of throws the Shazier excuse out of the window. I mean, granted, he's not
even
Ryan
Joe
Shazier.
Hayden.
But he's not that leader, though.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And
he's been balling.
Yeah.
He's balling, though.
They got dudes that's individually playing ball.
That's what I was
but
about to
collectively,
say.
but
collectively,
collectively,
yes, in spots.
Okay.
But I think that goes back to coaching. And I know, you know, I watch every snap of every Pittsburgh Steelers game. So,
right.
You know, like outside of the players on the field, like there are spots where coaches are killing that. The coaching is killing that defense. And that's already a defense that's hanging on by threads, like, you know, due to, like you said, missing Shazier. You know, a lot of guys being switched to positions, you know, new positions. Bud and Watt kind of flipped. You know, Sean Davis is now a free safety. So it's guys learning new positions. You got a rookie starting at strong safety. So in those instances, you can't have coaches kill you on top of that. Like, for one, first 4 weeks of the season, the Steelers have had 3 separate 12-man on the field penalties.
I saw that.
And 2 more that could have been the player barely got off the field. And that's just communication and coaching. Like, you can't have, when you got a young defense that's trying to gel and that's barely holding on to, you know, in the moments, your coaches can't kill you in those moments. So, you know, got players jumping off sides, blown coverages, and there was one instance where Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator, flat out admitted that there were 2 defenses called at one play. So half the defense is running one defense and half is running another one. Like, those are fireable offenses, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
How you even do that?
Yo, I don't mean to laugh at that, yo, but when I was coaching basketball, my boys was doing that crap, yo.
Yeah. And essentially what happened was, you know, they sent Vince Williams as the play caller on the defense, so he brought the play in, and then the offense audibled, so the DBs decided to, hey, they audible, we gonna run this coverage. And Vince ain't say nothing. He's still, and for the front seven is still running one coverage, and the DBs are running a totally different coverage. And so it was 2 separate defenses being called, and next thing you know, it's a touchdown, Travis Kelce. So, like, in those instances, like, coaches can't kill you, you know, when your defense is already struggling. So
I don't know the play, but I could just see all the secondary looking around with their hands up.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally like 4 dudes pointing. You know how they get beaten, they point. You know, like,
that's what I'm talking about.
What about
Everyone.
you? I thought you was,
it was like 4 separate dudes pointing at Travis Kelce, like, who gonna cover him? And nobody's covering him. But yeah, so yeah, Pooh, I was waiting on somebody to say it, because it's not like the talent's not there, but coaches is killing them right now.
Right.
You know, especially Keith Butler. You replacing a legend like Dick LeBeau, you better be on it, and he ain't been on it. And I ain't one that's like, you know, I'm not a fire this coach kind of dude, but it shit ain't looking good.
Jay, do you think y'all make a move
At like defense coordinator?
at defensive coordinator? Yeah, because I don't think Mike gonna sit around for this for too much longer.
I agree, and he's not that kind of dude. But again, it's not the Steelers' way to like get rid of like fire coaches in the middle of the season, and because as much as we say fire this coach, I get it, I absolutely do. But it's rare that, you know, you find a solution halfway through the season through another coach. So, and then who the hell are you gonna get to take over? Joey Porter? He ain't doing no better at outside linebacker coach. So I don't know. It's just a whole big mess right now, especially for all that talent that's out there. So, right now I would say no. And then, I mean, you look at last week, the defense did enough to win, and then the offense shut down. So, you know, against Baltimore, you know, Ben and Antonio are not on the same page right now. But, you know, teams are taking AB away. You know, they're rolling coverage to him, and, you know, him and Ben is not able to connect. And, you know, just right now, it's in spurts, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talent, and we got that much talent. It's just going to look good individually and in spurts, but they can't put a whole game together. So, I don't know.
Before we switch topics, and whenever everybody's done, can I get one more bigger surprise?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I want to one of my second biggest surprise, and I definitely wanted to touch on this because this is an item close to my heart. But man, my team, the Carolina Panthers, man, we brought in Eric Reed, man.
Yeah.
The safety. We gave him a job, and I definitely think he's a top safety in the NFL. And I watched his very first Carolina Panthers press conference. Man, it was awesome to see. Shout out. I shot him out in the tweet, man. Welcome to Charlotte, man. Bigger surprise is that kid has a job this season. Yeah. And I think he even said it was a big surprise to him because he actually thought it would end up being much longer, that he'd be out of work. He was kind of anticipating and prepared for that. But welcome to the hometown, man. And you know, I hope great move by Panthers leadership, Panthers personnel, Panthers owner, new David Tepper. Man, I couldn't be more proud of my city. I couldn't be more proud of my team, my organization. You know, and just kudos and shout out to us, man. Big surprise for me, and I'm very, very happy with that.
Yeah, I absolutely echo those thoughts. Congrats, Eric Reed. Yeah, and thank you, Beverly from San Francisco. I think this might be our second female listener to send us a question. So thank you, Beverly. All the way out in the Bay. You know, anytime, you know, you get us talking about the NFL, and you know, especially when you know get to a Giants fan and a Cowboys fan talking, you gonna get those 30-minute replies. So shout out to you, Beverly. Next question from Joshua in Hampton, Virginia. Wow. So I was kind of sweating as Al and Pooh were not on the call because this question was coming up, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna be stuck to answer this. Al, starting with you. How did you know when you were ready to get married, sir? Thank you, Joshua, by the way.
Well, thank you, Joshua, for providing a relationship question I can actually answer. Honestly. Appreciate that. And actually might even get some points for this.
I was so in love. It was just
But
I couldn't breathe and eat.
She was the one, son.
I knew it from day one. But honestly, actually, I did. I did from the first moment I met my wife. Know that I wanted to be with her. Didn't know I would be with her for the rest of my life. But from like instantly, I was like on it. But I think to answer his question, the way it played out really was Jay. Your sister got engaged, and us being close like that, it was just kind of like, well, shit, you doing it? And I fell for the okie doke and was like, maybe this might be for me. But we had been together. I had just got a job. We had been together 6 years, and honestly, It was kind of one of those why wait things. Like I saw it.
No younger, girl. Let's just do this.
Right, we ain't getting no younger. I'm all the 25.
Yeah. Right.
In Atlanta.
Oh my God.
In Atlanta, maybe I was just scared of that. I couldn't be tempted for too much longer. I don't know, but it really was it just kind of played out that way. But it definitely has worked out well. So I can't really say how I knew I was ready, because honestly I didn't know I was ready, and I had some of my elders tell me you're never really ready, you just do it. So I think that just gave some again empowered me to kind of push on. But I just kind of saw other people doing it and thought it was time for me, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I was when you got married. I was too young to appreciate like marriage and the whole institution and what it actually like meant, like to embrace the moment. But what I did appreciate, sir, was you and all my big cousins taking my underage ass into a New York strip club, and I will never forget.
Was you in that van?
Yes,
Were you in that van?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I was in that van, all of 15, 16. I was in that van, and I will never forget it.
Yeah. That was a cool night.
It was. So that I appreciated. So
for all those who say you can't have a bachelor party the night before your wedding and survive, and 20-something years later still doing well, thriving as a marriage, is possible, because we went hard body the night before the wedding. We went hard body from Brooklyn to the Bronx, back to the Queens. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thomas Stevens, how did you know you were ready to get married, sir?
Man,
Yes, how did you know?
Dude, when I looked into her eyes, I just knew.
Oh my fucking God. If you don't go somewhere with that shit.
What is the bullshit button?
Man. Hey, boy, listen, it's raining that shit tonight.
Hey,
where my boots at, man? I need my boots.
Y'all got a problem, man.
Don't listen to Yosh.
Hey, she must be laying right next to you right now. Talking about something.
Don't listen to Yosh.
When I looked in her eyes, I just knew.
Hey,
you know with that shit, man.
Y'all crazy, man.
Yosh about to get you handled.
Hey, man, pull on the jazz, man. Pull on the jazz.
Hey, but seriously, it's like, I don't know, man, because I was always told that you like a male, like he looked for someone that reminds him of his mother. You know, I don't know if you guys ever heard that before.
Nah, I've
But-
heard that shit.
But what'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I never heard that shit. Nah, I'm bullshitting.
Oh, you,
No, I done heard
you never heard of
shit
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that shit before. You know, I heard that
okay.
shit.
But
Nah,
it
shit.
oh, for real? Oh, that's
I
wild.
don't
Pooh, I'm playing.
I don't agree.
Oh, okay.
You
But
know,
it was
Yosh trying to get you him.
Nah, never that. But it's
Uh-oh.
like she embodied a lot of qualities, you know, that I look for in a person. But it's like she almost like demanded more out of me, and also like when I didn't have, it felt like she not only had but offered. You know, so it felt like she was like, I guess, the nurturer, like, and I felt a certain way about that, you know. So I guess that's how I knew. But the only thing I didn't, dude, the only thing I didn't know to this day, and I tell everyone when they be like, "Yo, dude, I'm gonna pop the question." Dude, when you pop the question, it's not like TV or anything like that where, okay, you're engaged for 3, 4, 5 years. It's none of that. It's none of that. Like, you ask the question, and then 35 minutes later, they're like, shit, we gotta get a date. And I was like, what? What's going on? We gotta get this right now. So
Right
I was
now.
like, like when I asked, I was like, yeah, boy, I feel mad good about it. I was like, yeah, boy, I done asked, I done popped the question. You know, 5, 6, 7, 8 people over here crying. Yeah, what's up? Boom, I turn on the TV, I'm chilling. It was like, yeah, we gotta get a date. And I was like, what's going on?
Date night? What'd you say?
I said, what's going on? And her and her friend and her sister was like, yeah, Keita, let's get it. I was like, whoa, what? A date? What's going on? Already? Oh, man, y'all tripping. Next year?
Yeah, then it get
In
real.
6 months? But it was all good. It was all good. We just couldn't concur. We was like we were like July. I was like, yeah, July good, July straight. I was like, next July, yeah, it's straight. And then so we couldn't seal the deal for that date, for a date in July. And I was like, oh, well, you know, let's just move to August, save a couple more dollars so we can do something. And next thing I know, she was like, yeah, we just gonna move it to June. I was like, wait a minute, that's before July. So we're going up instead of back, you know, but
Okie
but right. But that's how it was, though. It was love, though. It was cool.
No doubt. Yosh, how did you know when you were?
Nah, I knew when I was ready to get divorced. Shit.
That's
let
important. That's important.
Let me tell my story.
Yeah.
So how did I know when I wanted to get married? I don't know. It was the worst decision I ever made in my life. I am an advocate for marriage. I think that it just has to be with the right person. I married the wrong person. Like that's the one thing I think that a lot of people don't cover when they talk about who you want to marry. I know Pooh was talking about something. I seen it in her eyes, like that shit. Yeah, that's cool. But like at the end of the day, like Pooh married who was right for him. You know what I'm saying? Jay, you married who was right for you, because for you to be able to have been married this long with all the shit that could break up a marriage, you had to marry somebody who was right for you. And I think rather than getting married to get married, you get married to what, you know, who's right for you. Now, for me, she wasn't right for me. And I think that my feelings about her are this. I think that she's, you know, a pretty good mom. Now, she is the unadulterated spawn of Satan. I hope that she gets hit by a bus.
Damn.
I don't want her to die. I want her to.
Oh my God!
I want her to be paralyzed from the nose down. So like she can't say shit else. She can't move.
This is the joke section of the.
But she can see.
Nah, he ain't joking.
Oh fuck that! I hate that bitch.
He ain't joking.
She could kiss all parts of my ass. Now that I've said that, You have to know when to get out of a situation. No, the situation was really bad. She was extremely controlling. I lost friends being married to her, and I don't think that's what marriage is. And she actually went to, when I had enough and I decided to leave, she actually went to one of my friends, Malcolm, and it's so funny. She went to his store, and he was like, and she said, "You need to tell your boy to come back home." And he was like, "I'm not doing that." And she was like, "Why?" He was like, "'Cause you're the devil. I hate you and you're evil, and I'm never telling my homeboy to go back to you again." And he's married, and he's been married for years. So I'm an advocate for marriage. I just think that it has to be with the right person. And although some of that was comical, the truth in it is, there are two things that make a marriage, and that's compromise and communication. As long as you got those two things, like, your marriage going to work, no matter what it is, no matter when you figure out that day is, that person is, or whatever. As long as you work on that, you're good. The second that neither one of you communicates or compromises on whatever, because it's give and take, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So you can get married, but you'll continue to get divorced. Thus the reason I haven't been married since. Gotcha. And that's my take.
You might root for a sorry-ass football team, but you gave some good advice right there, bro. That was on point.
Yeah, well, every now and then I do something right.
That was on point.
All right. Off of that, those encouraging
if anybody knows
words.
the number to a good event, real quick, before y'all move on to the next thing, if anybody knows the number to
I don't get the answer though.
I'm gonna get to you.
I gotta put out this thing. Hold on, let me just say one thing.
Money done took up 3 most surprising segments, and he gonna rush.
Let me just say one thing, because y'all get a good amount of emails, and I can't talk like this on my show. Like, I can't say stuff like this on my show. So if you're in the southeastern region and you know a good bus driver trying to make some bread,
go ahead.
Let me know. Email the show and let me know.
But he got to be accurate, though. He can't kill it. Just paralyze it. So.
Just from the nose.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Man.
Go ahead, man. When did you know?
Yeah, when did you know? You're so anxious to speak.
You're so anxious to answer the damn question.
Yeah. What Money Dad shared with us on the show before that he's been engaged a few times. So what led you to those moments, yo? Money?
You know, I'm a lot like Pooh, yo. I looked in the eyes like, you know.
Really?
Looked in the eyes and I knew she was the one. I ain't gonna say nothing to mess up my Defy Life sales.
I saw sugar plump in her eyes. You said what?
Yosh ain't selling no female t-shirts right now.
Hey man, fuck that. I don't give a shit. If they right for me, they feel me on this. All single moms out there, I fucks with you. Holla at me.
No doubt.
I remember when Money proposed. I was like, "You did what?
Yeah.
You about to do what?"
Yeah, because I remember I saw you that day, and Pooh, that's the first thing you said, "Fucking money, man." I was like, "What?"
Money, man. Trying to get that kid to go to Banana Joe's, and he got engaged.
Damn, Banana Joe's. Banana Joe's.
Yo, I love y'all boys, man.
Shit, I remember when Pooh got engaged, I said, "Yo, stop playing. You for real?"
Oh, man.
I said, oh, you for real? You know what he told me? You know what Pooh told me? I looked in her eyes.
Go ahead.
I've tried to do this engaged thing a few times, right? I've tried. I'm single or whatever, but I've actually tried to be like a husband. Like, I've tried to have a wife. And it just hadn't worked out like that yet. So I'm just convinced that, that opportunity is going to present itself to me at a later opportunity. And I don't have to get it wrong a couple times and then try to get it right. Like, so Yosh shared some shit earlier, so I'm gonna share some shit. So my parents, my parents have been married a combined 9 times.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
So yeah, so it ain't like so. I'm from a place. You know, I've seen like so. If it ain't working. Oh shit! They'd be like, "Shit, if I don't see you again, peace." Like, you know. So I'm from that. I'm from that. So I've always held this. And because of that, you know, split families and all of that. I've tried to make sure that like that doesn't happen to me. Like I don't want that. I want to try to do it and get it right the first time if I can. So, you know, the young ladies that I have been with and decided that like we're gonna really try this thing and it didn't work out. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that we didn't actually go down the aisle and say I do and all of that and then end up, you know, like not being a good fit, you know. So but you know, your feelings get the best of you, and you try to make the right decisions, and so for me, I think it's always been that people haven't been like a good emotional fit for me, you know. So when it's all set, but you try to make stuff work. Like you try to work through things that you might differ in, and then when it comes out that you like, damn, can I really? Is that the thing I can really put up with for the rest of my life? You know. So my ex was a pastor's kid. She was a preacher's kid, and so the church thing was like a thing for us. You know, if she'll wake up on Sunday and I'm getting ready for the Panthers game, she getting ready for church, like that was a thing. You know, so that's never been like an issue for me before. You know, so I'm trying to figure out like, yo, like why are we arguing about this? Like you go ahead and you go to church and shit, I'm gonna go downtown. You know, I'm rocking with Cam. You know, so but she wanted me to be, you know, rocking with Jesus. You know, so I mean I can like so I can dig it, but it just wasn't, you know, like I always feel like you can't force anybody. You know, like as she said, you know, I want to go to the game with you. I wouldn't have been like, well, you sure you don't want to go to church instead? Like I just like you gotta let people grow and do the things that they desire to do in their heart. You know, you can encourage them to like at best you encourage them, right? So like you can offer, but like that was an issue for us, and that's the reason why things didn't progress any further from an engagement to a marriage. Like she just like that just wasn't, you know, what she was looking for. It just wasn't what I was looking for. We just ended up to kind of go our own separate ways. But you know, ultimately, you know, that's what it is. So,
all right. Well, Josh,
my next girl can't go to church. No,
damn.
Well, Joshua,
next girl can't go to church.
That's two guys telling you why they got married, another guy telling you why he got divorced, and another dude telling you why he chose not to get married 3 times. So, hope we covered all your bases there, Joshua. I don't know. We are
ladies, bottom Defy Life shirts.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't, you know, it's 5 of us. I don't want to push the time, so I'm honestly gonna drop out of this question. But
no, dude, you didn't answer the question about the marriage, did you?
You want this?
Nah, he didn't answer it. Huh?
You want my answer? Or you want trivia? Yeah. I can answer it, but all right. We're gonna have to cut some other stuff out.
Answer. Yeah. Get the scissors out.
Go ahead. Well, we already talked about the NFL, so we'll cut out.
He always ducking.
What you know. So, nah, man. I don't know. There wasn't like this one moment where I was like, oh my god, like I got to do this. Like there was kind of like a collective of moments, I guess. And pivotal moments. Jesus, I can't talk right now. Pivotal moments. 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 Pivotal And I guess like y'all know me, like I live in my head. I'm not like overly like affectionate, and so. But I remember there was this time when I like, and I'm a loner, you know what I'm saying, by nature. But I just remember there was this point, and I said to myself like, damn, like I can't be. As my wife comes up and looks me in my fucking face, you know what I'm saying? Like, eavesdropping on the show. So, I hope this is the beautiful thing about marriage, right? Because I already know there's gonna be a point where she don't want me all up in her shit, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it. All right. So there will be doTERRA Facebook Live moments where where I'm just gonna be cheesing up in somebody's face where I ain't supposed to be. But thank you, love you. Like there was this moment when I, so like I said, I'm an extreme loner, but I had to like check myself on like how the fuck can I be annoyed with somebody who just wants my time, right? Because they're, if I keep like if I push somebody away who wants my time, there will be a moment where I'm longing for somebody to want my time. And then there are, times where, like Pooh said, where like, when you're going through hard times and, it's this one keeps showing up and always got your back and there to carry you, at times. So there's moments when, you look, you realize like, even at some points like, damn, she annoyed the shit out of me, but not as bad as these other ones. So, you learn to pick your battles, pick your poison, and, it's hard to find people in general that got your back like 100% all the time, always and always. And she was that, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that was big for me is, it wasn't like a deal breaker, but it was definitely a positive that my family loves my wife. And like almost immediately, my wife and my girl at the time and Al's wife hit it off immediately. So she kind of gave her blessing. She gave her blessing, for her on her behalf to me. So that was a good thing that my family loved her. So just a lot of things that kind of went into it, and so there wasn't like this moment I didn't look into her eyes and see that and realize. But yeah, there was. There's a lot of little.
You ain't got that.
Nah, I ain't
you ain't got that eye gazing power, huh?
I ain't get that one.
True.
But that's one thing you learn is, Yosh, you're absolutely right. And
who got that?
Yeah. But absolutely, like, even beyond, like, the thing I learned, like, early in that process is, and my sister says this all the time, is you don't commit to the marriage, you commit to the commitment. All right. So, even when the marriage is on the rocks and the person you hate them, you commit to what you committed to. So yeah.
It depends on who it is.
Yeah. That's all a part of it. Not at
Yosh adamant about that shit.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck that. It's got to be about whoever. Yeah. It has to be. You got to marry the right person. Period. Yeah. That shit there, man. That unhappy shit for the birds, man.
Yeah. Choose wisely.
Short to walk around it.
Yeah.
Life too short to walk around this bitch happy. Mm-hmm. Shit, no matter what it is.
Choose wisely. Yeah, that sums it up best, man. Choose wisely.
For real. Well,
thank you, Joshua, know a good bus driver.
Man, stop. I'm gonna get like 14 emails from bus drivers. Okay. Like, man, that dude's serious. What kind of money y'all working with over at Defy?
He ain't trying to sell. Yeah. He ain't trying to sell no Defy Life gear, man.
You know it's gonna be a line full of bus drivers like, I do it for one of some of them joggers though. Y'all send me some joggers and a sweatshirt. I'm good.
Boy, you put a bus on the front, right? and like her arms from like underneath the bus, and then on the back put Defy Life. Yo, that should be that. Boy, look, I'm gonna design that shit tonight and send it to you.
Oh man, Defy Life's Coach English line.
I'm gonna design that shit tonight and send it to you. Oh, you already know.
Wow.
They gonna boycott this dude.
Yeah, oh boy.
Hey,
Thanks a lot,
I know,
Joshua.
Hey, Money, I know this is my last time on y'all show. This is my last time on y'all show, so I'm gonna go over broke.
Hey, that's totally up to you. You keep winning trivia, you come back till they beat you. So I know that's why everybody made sure they showed up tonight.
Hey, all I got to say is listen to the first couple of minutes of this show, and you'll know why I'm back, baby. I'm back like cooked crack.
Oh man. Well, again, Beverly, Joshua, thanks for your questions. Anybody that has anything they want us to address or have a question for us on the show that we can address, you can contact us at info@godefylife.com or hit us up on social media at GoDefyLife. So again, keep the questions coming. This is always fun. We're going to skip the NFL What Do You Know segment. We already talked NFL. I think we pretty much gave our clues of what we know. And Pooh wanted to hear my marriage answer, so we'll at the expense of the NFL, we'll skip that and go straight into the question of the week. So I'm gonna change up. I hope y'all didn't put too much thought into this question of the week, because I'm changing it up on the spot, all because of a Facebook post that I saw that Al commented on. We had a couple family members comment. Al's brother's wife, so Al's sister-in-law, actually posted this, and people were chiming in, and it was interesting to me. I saw it after I submitted this question, so it's not really anything really complex, but it was interesting. So I want to get y'all's input on this, because the answer was so obvious to me. And I see I answered the same thing you did, Al, but I couldn't see why anyone else would pick any of the two choices, right? So, Gerald, you first. All right, so question is, you got 3 doors, and you know what's behind these doors. So behind door number 1 is a soulmate, behind door number 2 is $70 million, and behind door 3 is a time machine. Which door are you choosing?
Woo! Woo! Oh man,
who'd you ask that question to
that's
first?
Crazy.
Money.
Yeah, that's me. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man.
Money, me and you have been friends, man. Let's not go there, man. Like, we good.
Come on, start the show.
Hey, we at least good till Sunday now, Money. We good till Sunday. After Sunday, I'm calling with all kind of this motherfucking bullshit. I can't.
True. Hey, we gotta win, though. We gotta win.
Hey,
we gotta beat y'all. Y'all a doormat. We gotta beat y'all.
You gotta answer this question, man. I already.
True. And if we beat y'all, what that mean? Okay.
My bad. You see how Yosh antagonized me, man? See?
2 words for y'all. 10 spots.
Hey, it need to be about 4 of us on the 10 spot.
I got 2 more words for y'all. Boycott.
But
that's one word though. That's one word.
I know. That's why that shit was funny. I'm funny.
Oh man.
If you say so.
Okay. Subject.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. So I know I'm not gonna go back in time. I don't want a time machine because, like I've said 10 times before, the things that you go through, and Jay, we kind of agree. Like, I don't really believe in regrets. Like, the things that you go through teach you, and they mold you, and they make you who you are. So I don't really want to say a time machine because I am who I am because of the things I've been through.
Facts.
That's $70 million. Oh God, that's a tough one to walk away from. But I think that, honestly, man, like, the joy you get from having a soulmate
Oh,
Like,
shit.
Sell them shirts.
Sell them shirts, man.
Sell
Like,
them
sell
t-shirts,
them
nigga.
shirts.
Sell them damn t-shirts.
Work
ahead.
it. Work it.
Y'all know where to get the Defy Life gear.
What I said, just the look in her eye is just so. It's worth more than $70 million. See, I knew that was gonna be Pooh answer. I didn't know that's where you was gonna go money.
Yo, I'm not finished. Like, just
All right, go ahead, finish.
Just the meaning of the word, man, soulmate. Like, in life, man, what more could you really ask for? Like a person that their soul matches your soul. Like, that's crazy. Like, I think you could reach an infinite level of happiness with a soulmate. But I'm taking the 70 million. Fuck that. Let's get that 70, dog. I'll be miserable, and I'll borrow Keon's jet and shit. Give me that 70, dog. Wow. Give me that 70. Shit, I'll hire a soulmate.
Wow. Or 2, or 3, or 4.
Really?
Yeah, or 3 or 4. But that's so now that.
Somebody's a good enough actor, you won't know the difference.
That soulmate shit real though. I'm feeling that. But damn, give me that 70. Give me that 70.
All right. Yosh, door number 1, soulmate. Door number 2, $70 million. Door number 3, a time machine.
I was going to try to prolong it like money did, but I'll take that 70 mil.
Okay.
Not only can I get the driver, but I could get the bus for it too.
I got my own bus.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, man. I think that the soulmate stuff is cool. All that shit's good and well. And if we're trying to sell Defy Life, like if you want to sell the Defy Life gear, visit GoDefyLife.com. We got good stuff on there. But at the end of the day, shit, I'll take that 70 mil. I mean, who else is gonna say something else? But I haven't heard. But I'm pretty certain he'll say the soulmate. But 70 mil. I definitely don't want to go back in time because, like Money said, I think that all of your experiences have brought you to this point. And if you're not happy with where your life is, you need to figure shit out for yourself. But beyond that, give me some bread. I could pay off these student loans, build me a house here in Hartsville. Well, not maybe. I don't know. Build me a house up in Hartsville and give me a nice car. Like you said, buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wives or something. I could afford it. 70 mil. Oh, yeah, I'm good.
All right. Thomas Stevens, which door are you opening?
Here we go.
That sounds like some human trafficking stuff y'all doing, man. Wow.
Maybe they sexy for the show.
Hey, don't get it fucked up. When you put that ring on her finger, you bought that.
Hey,
you didn't lease that shit. You bought it. When you put that ring on that finger, you bought that shit.
Hey, those are I'm gonna rock with. I'm rocking with the time machine, man. Y'all never saw Back to the Future and see what Biff did? Biff was a billionaire. Like, that kid has so much more than 70 mil. Let me rock with that. And then I can go back and I can get a little bit of Dominique Dawes and whoever else too. You know what I'm saying? So my wife know I have an affinity for Dominique Dawes. Who doesn't know that? But
affinity for Dominique Dawes.
Right. And plus, about me, I love the number 3. So I'm taking the number 3. Give me the time machine. I'm done with it.
All right.
Who will go back in time and find these
They gonna boycott you, Yosh.
Man, listen, like I said, if this is my last time on this show, I'm going out with a bang, man. Going out with a bang.
Swing.
Alvin Glenn was
For the fences, baby. I'm for the fences.
I'm definitely going with the time machine. I think when you so for me, it's an easy thing because the time machine, I can get the money, I can find the soulmate, right? But y'all forgetting the time machine, you can go forward too, right? So it's not backwards only. I can go forward too. I could see what the future might be like, type shit, and then it's a matter of investing in things that people might not know are coming down the pipeline. So you can go back and get stupid rich. You can go forward and get stupid rich and take advantage of
around and go forward past your death, though, and then you fucked.
I ain't fucked. I just saw how I died. I'm back. Now I know.
Avoid that shit next time, right?
Now I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all, each door offers change. You know what I mean? So it's you're changing your life in terms of a new woman or the soulmate. You're changing your economic situation, or you're changing what could happen or be the ability to see the future. Each door offers those opportunities. I'm going with the time machine because I think that'd be the most fun. And like you said, in Back to the Future, Biff was a billionaire.
Yes, he was.
No shade.
Yeah.
I'd be president.
Yes, I'm sure you would.
No, wait. Let me get this straight. The first black president was Alvin Glenn? When did that happen? Yeah. I'm just saying, it would be real different, man. What the hell? It's so fun. I'd be on the moon.
Oh man, yeah. Really quickly, to be honest, I don't believe in soulmates. So, number one wasn't even an option for me. And then 70 million is dope. But yeah, like Alan Pooh just said, I could get 70 mil easy if I can go backwards or forward in time. Like, to me, time is like the ultimate weapon, right? So time overrules money to me. So if I can manipulate time, I can get all the money I want. I can get any woman I want. So time to me is like it's the ultimate chess piece.
That's real. Time is the one thing that man has never defeated. So yeah. I feel you.
Yeah. So quick question to y'all, because again, I don't believe in soulmates. So I was thinking that most people would say fuck soulmates. That's how I thought. And tell me if I'm flawed here. Because my thing to me, with soulmates, has always been, does everyone have one soulmate, or do you have multiple soulmates that could be possibilities? And this is an open question. Anybody?
I think it's open. I don't believe in one soulmate. I mean, I just think it describes the connection that exists, or the potential to connect to another human being is what a soulmate is. But I think it's no one person out there. There's plenty of, not plenty, but you just gotta be willing to share and look into another person's heart. But they out there.
Okay.
I think soulmate's infinite, and I think it's because I think y'all are my soulmates. Like when I met y'all, to you have to share something special to become best friends with somebody, right? So to me, soulmates is unilateral. It goes across sexes and all of that. It's damn, this I got love for this person in my soul. Like, so I think that soulmates are infinite, and the possibilities are infinite. Now, if you meet a woman and that you have that connection, and yes, she can be a soulmate. But like I said, I think my best friends are my soulmates too. They just dudes. So like they ended up being like my best friends. So I mean that's how I see it. So
That's the reason I asked. I have heard people say like everyone has a soulmate, like one soulmate, and I've heard people say that, right? But like to me, that's flawed because like if somebody ends up marrying your soulmate and then you marry somebody else's soulmate, and then like it's just trickle down effect where then like nobody has a soulmate, it throws off the whole order of things. You get what I'm saying?
Y'all gotta kill each other.
Yeah, like that's crazy. So that's why. All right.
But
I
do think that's what's happening though, in many ways, in the sense of I do think a lot of people are with the wrong person. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Don't get your start.
I think that is in existence.
Where's the bus? Where's the bus? I'm looking for the bus.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh man. Well, yeah. All right. Cool. Well, thank y'all for cooperating. For me dropping that bomb on y'all the last minute, but that shout out to you, Adelia. That was a dope question. So I wanted to get y'all's viewpoints on it. All right. Y'all ready for some trivia?
Oh yeah.
All right. Cool. Glad you're ready. Because we'll be right back after these words from Defy Life.
I'm about to kick Yosh off.
Hey, hey, talking guy. We'll be right back after these words from Defy Life.
Shh. You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters, smaters, the peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life.
Welcome back to the 77th episode of the Defy Life Podcast. When we left, I had these guys hanging on to some trivia. So y'all ready to do this?
Let's go, man. With the talking guy.
Who that? Man, what?
I get steady talking.
I laughed through the whole break. I couldn't even breathe.
That shit ain't funny. Let's go.
The talking guy.
Oh man. All right. So. Oh man, this is great. All right, so the topics for this week's trivia. So we will do 3 Men in a Squad Revisited. That's kind of interesting to me. Next one, 2 sport professional athletes. Next one is white NFL running backs. And the next one is hip hop hype men. And the last one is Def Comedy Jam appearances.
Wow. I like that, Jay.
All right. So
y'all say that now till the questions start
happening. I know, right? Look, man, I try not to make these too hard. So,
we'll see.
So,
you're the hostess with the mostest, Jay.
We'll see how hard they are when they come out.
I ain't gonna pull out no royal palaces on y'all this week, and so we'll see. Oh man. So Yosh, you are first. Did you want me to reread the topics, or you know where you want to go?
Reread them for me, please.
All right. So first, we have 3 men and a squad, where I give you 3 men from a current NFL roster. You get single points for naming the team, double points if you can name the positions of 2 of those players. Two sport professional athletes is the next topic. You get 1 point, single points for naming the player, double points for telling me which college he attended. White NFL running backs, 1 point for the name, double points for the team that any team that the NFL white running back played for. And the next topics are single point only, is hip hop hype men and Def Comedy Jam appearances.
Let me go with white running backs for 30.
Oh, white running backs for 30.
Whoa.
A unanimous All-American and Heisman runner-up in 2009 while at Stanford. He was a second-round draft pick in the 2010 NFL Draft. He endured a disappointing NFL career from 2010 to 2015. Who is this white running back?
Damn, you said he was the Heisman runner-up in what year?
2009. 10.
I know this.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Everybody know that one?
Toby Gerhardt.
Toby Gerhardt is the answer.
Shit.
Do you know?
We run out of time, man.
Yeah, but
What?
unfortunately,
Am I out of time? I don't know.
time
I don't
was
know the
out.
rules.
Yeah, we got to 0, so time was out. But that was
fuck.
Yeah, but that was a good guess. At least you knew it.
Great guess. Great guess. Yeah.
Great guess. Yeah.
So Toby Gerhardt from Stanford. Teams would have been either the Vikings or the Jaguars.
The Vikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. I would have got that one wrong, but I just wasn't sure about Toby Gerhardt. I just threw. I thought it, but I threw it out there. But go ahead.
All right.
Kid broke his ankle
Hey,
like the second game.
you should have threw it out. You should have threw it out there sooner.
Yeah.
Don't start with me, money. Like I said, I'm hiring bus drivers out here. Don't start with me.
Al, where you want to go? Do I need to repeat the categories, or you know where you want to go?
This is the hostile part of the show.
Yeah. I feel the tension. Al, you there? Uh-oh.
Give me white running backs for 20.
Try to get this kid back. I'm giving him one attempt.
If Al not there, give me white running backs for the dub.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm trying Al. I think he is texting me.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not.
I got this training in the morning, yo. Weird though.
He is not texting me, and he didn't pick up.
Well, so long, Al.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Damn, Pooh.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Hey,
about to put a
you know.
smiley face with crosses on the eyes by Al name. All right.
He'll jump in. He'll come in later on.
All right. So white running backs are 20.
Yes, sir.
All right. A star in the SMU backfield dubbed the Pony Express alongside Eric Dickerson.
Oh shit.
He became the last white player to rush for 1,000 yards in the NFL in a season in 1985 until Peyton Hillis broke the drought in 2010. Who is this white running back?
1985. I can see him. I see his short, his haircut. You don't even have to count, man. I can't even call his name.
Craig James is the player for the New
Craig
England
James.
Patriots. Yeah.
Ag, I squandered. squander 20 points.
Wow. All right. Money, where we going? You need me to reread them, or you know where you want to go?
Let me close it out. White
Was he-
running backs for 10.
Was he 22, Jay? What number was he? At SMU?
No. I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I just know they was breaking a bunch of rules and got a death penalty. So I'm the kid got that 70 mil, Soulmate, and the time machine. He got everything.
Yeah.
All right. White running backs for 10 to close out the category. Selected in the 1987 NFL draft out of Idaho State, this running back played for two teams from 1987 to 1994. He was forced to retire during his first year with his new team when a doctor cleared him to play after a concussion over the phone. He suffered another concussion 2 weeks later and had to be resuscitated on the field. He would later become an NFL studio analyst for ESPN. Who is this white running back?
Merle Hodge?
Merrill Hodge. And either of those two teams that he played for?
I know he played for the Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers, yes. And that last year was with the Chicago Bears. 20 points for Gerald Hedrick.
Yeah.
All right. Yosh, you know where you want to go?
Let's go Def Comedy Jam.
Let's go Def Comedy Jam. So I will give you the clue, and you give me the name of the comedian.
Let's go 20.
20, all right. This comic from New Brunswick, New Jersey, known for his impersonations of Jay-Z and LL Cool J, made his first appearance on Def Comedy Jam at the age of 15.
I know this one.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Shit,
4,
I'm out.
3.
You can go ahead and get that up.
Oh, man. Money, you know that one?
Yeah. Oh, I can't think of his. I can't. Oh, what's this kid? Artrell. What's this kid's name?
Ari Spears.
Ari Spears. Yeah.
He's better known for Arnold Schwarzenegger though. That Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nah, his Denzel one is crazy.
His Denzel one's good too. I didn't do Denzel because I thought that would give it away. But yeah,
That Arnold was nuts.
Give me the selections again, Jay.
Got so white running backs is closed out. So you have everything in 3 men in a squad, everything in 2 sport professional athletes. You have everything in hip hop hype man, and the 10 and the 20 in Def Comedy Jam.
Give me I lost my train of thought. Give me what in the world? Something for the 20. 2 sport athletes.
2 sport professional athletes for 20. All right. This athlete was an all-star outfielder with the Atlanta Braves in 1999, and a Pro Bowl alternate defensive back with the Atlanta Falcons in 1991. Who is this 2 sport professional athlete?
I wonder who.
Double points if you can give me the college you went to.
Oh man, come on. 91 and 99. Atlanta. Who did he
Stop
play?
bullshitting and answer the
10, 9,
going through all that shit.
8.
Deion Sanders.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
The answer is Brian Jordan.
Whoa! I thought Brian.
Good one,
You
Shay.
didn't say a position. Brian Jordan played tight end, right?
No, he played defensive back. I said a Pro Bowl alternate defensive back with the Atlanta Falcons.
Brian Jordan played. I thought Brian Jordan played tight end.
Brian Jordan played safety. That was the
you
whole
got it
point of the
wrong.
question, is because I knew once you heard Atlanta, and defensive back, somebody was going to say Deion. That was the question.
Deion. But I knew the time was off. Yoshi running his mouth.
What I got to do with your damn answer?
Keep your mouth shut. Because that's why I said 91 and 99. That ain't
What do I got to do with your answer? Like you answered that shit, I didn't.
But I didn't think it was. I knew Brian Jordan played, but I didn't think it was Brian Jordan because some reason I thought Brian Jordan played tight end. I don't know why.
But I didn't answer the question.
Oh, man. Money, you were in the lead. Where you want to go, sir?
Yo, boy, God.
I didn't even say nothing. Like, come on, dog.
Hey, give me what? Hey, Jay, what's open in Def Jam?
Def Jam, you got the 10 and the 20 left.
Give me the 20 in Def Jam, yo.
The 10 and the 30 left. I answered. I did the 20.
10 and 30 left. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got that shit wrong. Give me the 30 then.
All right. This comedian, also known as Ashy Larry, made his only appearance in Def Comedy Jam in 1992.
Shit.
Kid don't know.
That's it?
Everybody know, yeah. It's the 30-pointer. You want me to hand it to you?
That
Ashley Larry.
Kid don't know.
1992. Hey, man, let me just guess, man. Chris Tucker?
Chris Tucker's incorrect.
Chris Tucker.
The answer would be Donnell Rawlings, also known as Ashy Larry from the Dave Chappelle Show.
That ain't true. That's what it is.
All right. Good news for you, sir.
I got this shit wrong.
After 2 rounds, money, you're the only one on the board with 20. So,
all right.
Yosh, you know where you want to go?
Yeah, what's left in the 2-sport athlete?
2-sport athletes, you have the 10 and the 30.
10 and the 30, yeah.
Let's rock 30.
30. After 3 years as an underwhelming QB in college, this athlete signed a $17 million deal with the New York Yankees. After a failed baseball career which saw just a handful of major league appearances, he returned to the gridiron, eventually becoming an underwhelming QB for the Dallas Cowboys. Who is this 2-sport athlete?
I think I know this one, B.
So, single points for the name, double points for the college attended.
Oh.
We can start counting anytime soon.
9.
Oh, shit.
Boy, y'all cold-blooded.
6.
Yeah.
5.
Hey, I'm losing.
4. 3. 2. 1.
How about Drew Henson?
Oh, after the buzzer, sir.
That's exactly who it is. Where you play ball?
Exactly who it is.
Where's this college, Yosh?
Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You just threw those
Can't give you that.
away.
Can't.
Gotta get them wheels spinning a little quicker.
Is that what?
Gotta get them wheels spinning a little quicker. You keep just missing by the buzzer.
But here's the thing.
That kid
taking on the clock.
Pooh ruthless
taking the clock.
count. Yeah.
Hey,
Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Pooh. What's your question? Go ahead.
Hey,
I got the clock on this one. Go ahead.
let me get 3 men and a baby for the dub.
10 and a 9. Squad.
Go ahead, man. 6, 5, 4.
I didn't count. What you mean? The narrator counted.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
I know he
counted.
Y'all crazy.
All right, 3 men in the squad. 1 point for the team these players play for. Double points for if you can give me 2 of their positions. First name is Josh Dotson.
Wait. Oh, I was just about to say we got. That's the dub, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. First name is Josh Dotson. Second one is DeShazer Everett. And third name is Ziggy Hood.
The kid knows.
10, 9.
Ziggy
8,
Hood. Josh
7,
Dotson plays for the.
6.
They don't play for Redskins,
5.
doesn't
Washington Redskins is correct.
Okay.
Give me 2
Josh
of their
Dotson plays
positions.
wide receiver. Josh Dotson.
Mm-hmm.
And give me those 2 kids' names again.
No, he should be counting.
DeShazer
Who?
Everett. DeShazer Everett and Ziggy Hood.
Ziggy Hood plays running back, right?
That is incorrect. He hits a lot of running backs. He's a defensive lineman. And DeShazer Everett is
Ziggy
safety.
Hood.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the Hood for Carolina. Yeah.
Come on, Fantasy Beast. I can't name Elijah Hood.
Hey, Elijah Hood. That kid don't play. You know. What I
Kid
get?
on the
All that
Redskins
said,
either.
20 for Thomas Stevens.
Oh, okay. I'm on the board.
Gerald,
Give me Def Jam for 10. Let me close Def Jam out.
All right. This legendary comedian made his Def Comedy Jam debut with the iconic one-liners "Kick It" and "I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers."
Man, I'm Bernie Missy, homie.
Mac.
Give me them 10 points.
All right, 10 points for Gerald. After that round, Gerald is ahead 30.
Back in the lead while I belong.
20. Yosh is yet to get on the board. Yosh, where we going?
What we got left?
We have 3 men in a squad for 10 and 30. 2 sport athletes for 10. Hip hop hype man 10, 20, and 30. So white running backs in Def Comedy Jam are closed out.
Let me do the 3 men and a squad.
3 men in the squad. Want to do 10 or 30?
Let's do 30.
30. First name is Mike Glennon. Second name is Justin Pugh. Third name is Chad Williams.
Wow.
I know this.
Wow. We can start counting anytime soon.
Here we go. Okay,
10,
here we go. This the shit.
9, 8, 7, 6,
We can start counting anytime.
4, 3, 2,
Buccaneers?
1. That is incorrect. It is the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals.
That's right, young fella.
Former New York Giant Justin Pugh actually plays for them.
Yeah, I didn't know where he went.
Absolutely.
I had no clue where he
Mike
went.
Glennon should have been the giveaway, but
Yeah.
But
Should have been the giveaway.
He's third.
Yeah, I didn't pay
now.
attention.
I guess nobody know where Mike Glennon at.
I had no clue. I thought he was still in Tampa.
He backing up now, though.
Kid, not a fantasy beast.
Nah, he backing up now. He the number 2 right now, though.
Shit, Glennon ain't playing. He holding the clipboard. So don't fantasy beast me.
Give me 3 men in the squad for the dime.
3 men.
I ain't out yet.
Squad for 10. First name is Xavier Howard. Second name is Jakeem Grant. Third name is T.J. McDonald.
Miami Dolphins. Cornerback Howard. Jakeem Grant plays wide receiver, kick returner.
Correct.
Yep.
20 points
Man,
for Tom Stevens.
Come on, man.
He got all 3 of them, right? That sound like 2 names.
That kid a beast.
All I need was 2 out of the 3.
2 out of the 3 positions to get the double point.
I got to learn the rules here because I didn't know that.
Say he got them all?
Tom Stevens is vaulted into the lead. Gerald Hedrick, where you going?
I'm only down 10, right?
Correct. You have everything.
Right.
This is the last round, so we only got. We got 4, because there's going to be 1 left. So we got 10 pointer left.
I'm not here.
Yeah, we got the 10-pointer left in 2 sport athletes and everything in hip hop hype man.
All right, give me that 10 for 2 sport athletes.
All right. Drafted in 1983 by the Baltimore Colts, this strong-arm quarterback refused to report, opting instead to play for the New York Yankees. Who is the player? And for double points, where did he attend college?
Wow. We can start counting. I know this.
9.
Baltimore Orioles. Wait. Hold on.
I'll repeat the question.
Repeat the question? Yeah, let me get a repeat.
Drafted in 1983 by the Baltimore Colts, the strong-arm quarterback refused to report, opting instead to play for the New York Yankees.
What happened to the count?
10, 9.
The count stopped at 7. All right, go back to 10.
7, 6, 5,
83.
4, 3.
Man, John Elway? Shit.
John Elway is correct, sir.
He lucked that up.
Damn, that was a guess, too.
Which
yeah,
you got single points. Do you know which college he attended for the dub?
Wow.
John Elway went to where did John Elway go to college?
Oh, can I get a count? Okay.
2,
John
1,
Elway.
0.
Miami?
Stanford.
Yeah. We tied, man. What the fuck ever. Let's go.
Okay.
I can't believe this kid had no clue that was John Elway.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them 83 dudes.
Man, you was shocked you even got that.
All right, yo.
I knew it was one of 3 dudes. I knew it was one of 3 dudes.
Well, yo,
You go hip hop hype man for 30.
And I knew John Elway went to
for the
Stanford
win.
too. I don't even know why I ain't say that.
All right, hip hop hype man 430. A staple during the prime years of 3-6 Mafia. This hype man supported Juicy J and DJ Paul on stage and in video as they ascended from the Memphis underground scene to Oscar Gold. Who is this hip hop hype man? 10.
He has no clue.
9.
Before the count starts, I'm gonna take a guess at Crunchy Black.
That is Crunchy Black. Yes, sir.
Dude, I don't know anything about this hype man crap, man.
Hey, that ain't. Hey,
this the last
round for it all. This
the
round for
last
it all,
one?
kid.
This the last round. This
the last round.
This is the last
These-
one. Yosh can't win. Yosh got 30.
No, I mean, since it's an extra question, can't we just give everybody another question and do an extra round?
What?
Nah.
Nah. What? Come
Nah,
on,
cause
kid.
you can't win.
You can't win.
Wait, hold on. Now. Last week, you denied your right at a chance to win, and
No,
and,
we
and,
had
and
an extra player. That's the only reason why I went like that last week, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah, we
week
got
before
an extra question today. So who's gonna get the extra question? Then that means I get the extra question. Then
No,
No,
sir.
that's enough questions. We got the 10. We have the 10 and the 20 left
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
so then how was
last
it gonna
round.
work out if Al was here?
because I took out a question.
That's not fair.
It's totally fair.
See, I was with you, Jay, until that. Like that was you were my man, $100,000 till that happened because
Dude,
it was
you-
a whole nother question.
Dude, you
That's just
lost.
out
You
there.
lost.
You lost, dude.
There's another question.
All you gotta know is
So that's how y'all. So that's how we gang up on me to get me off the show. It's okay.
all
It's
you
okay.
gotta know.
You know what? You
all
know what I got for you. Go ahead. Read the next
Hey,
question.
you-
Now. I got something for you. Read the
That's
next
what
question.
you did. You lost.
Read the next question.
All you gotta know is
Go ahead, Jay.
he who
next
bears the crown burdens the heavy.
Yeah.
Read the next. Okay, I got
Hey,
you.
I'm going for it all, Jay. Give me the dubs.
Oh, to close it out. All right. First
Yeah.
artist ever signed to Rockefeller Records. Things never quite worked out for him as a solo artist. However, this
Wow.
hype man has remained one of Jay-Z's most loyal subjects.
Myth Bleak.
Memphis Bleak is
It's
the answer.
over.
Yes, sir. For shits and giggles, Gerald, do you want to try for that 10?
Man, fuck that. I can't win. I don't need that.
All right,
He
Gerald.
That's why we need the other
Gerald,
question. That's why we need the other round.
Gerald passes.
Burdens are heavy.
Yosh, do you want to
Oh,
take
Gerald
his
pass?
question? Yes.
I'll take it.
All right. That way you can at least tie him up.
Oh, man can tie you up.
Hype
This,
man.
Give me the question, man.
You
No,
passed
don't do
it.
that
already
shit. You done
passed.
passed. You done passed.
you after the passing buzzer. You done passed it.
All right, what up?
This hype man was a.
Especially after y'all buzzed me on 2 questions I got right for 30.
Nah, you
This game
was
would
over
have been over. This game would have been over. I got
Nope.
2 on
Hey.
30 right.
Nah,
What's
No
the
one
point of-
knows.
What's the point of
No
having
one
the clock?
knows you got it right.
Yeah.
ask the question, Jay.
No one knows you got it right.
Yosh,
You right.
in your first home game this year, I want you to go to the clock operator and be like, "Look, man, we're gonna shoot this after the buzzer.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right.
I want you to
You
count
right.
this anyway."
You're right. Hey, listen, I take my losses where they come.
All right, Yosh, to tie this up for second place. This hype man was a fixture next to Busta Rhymes for decades, providing comic relief in some of Busta's most iconic videos.
Oh, that's
like,
Bruck up. That's Bruck up.
Who?
Hey, we call him.
It's the wrong answer.
Yeah, that is Spliff Star.
That's the wrong.
Spliff.
That's the
No,
wrong
I mean,
answer,
we called
man.
him. I'm gonna be honest, like,
I
the nigga grew up around the
Hey.
corner. Like we grew up around the corner from him. We call him Bruck up. But
I don't know about all that.
all right. I mean, shit. I went off his nickname, but fuck it. It is what it is.
Is Spliff Star's government? I don't know.
Nah, it was like at the end of the day, we grew up knowing him as Bruckup. So my bad. I got it wrong.
Hey.
It is what it is. I'll take it.
Hey, I was like, who's that? Who's that guy?
Nah, like seriously, like on some real shit. Like niggas grew up on New York Ave, which is around the corner from my grandma's stay.
Oh,
So
man.
we grew up. Damn near that's what the fuck we doing, man.
No, we believe you. We just can't go with that.
I understand. It's Spliff
Local
Star because I
nicknames
remember on
don't
the
count.
first album. On the first album, Spliff Star was he was freestyling or whatever, and Busta Rhymes, yo, save that for your album, save that for your album. So
Y'all crazy.
I should've
I
thought
remember
about
that.
shit.
I remember
It is
that.
what it
Yeah, I
is.
remember that.
Y'all crazy.
It's just
But
no
I guess on a night where I lose 60 points and would have blown this shit out the water.
You
I
can't
guess
lose
it's only
what you
right.
never
I get the
had,
last
yo.
question.
Hey, man, you ain't get the points.
There's no documentation that's broke up.
No, you're right. But apparently there's no documentation of my other 60 damn points.
Not
man.
Brooklyn Zoo, not Bruckup, not none of that shit.
And
Right?
what I had, Jay? What did I have, Jay?
Bruh, man.
Yeah, 40.
Jay, what's my points, Jay?
Yeah, 50.
Pooh had
You won,
60.
kid.
Huh?
You had 60. Money had 40.
I had 60. Yosh, you wouldn't the one?
Yeah, I would have. Shit, if I'd have got, if you wasn't egging on the clock operator, count now. Where's the count?
Yo, start
Dude, I got
as soon as
60,
I start
dude.
reading the question.
Dude, I got 60. I got 60, dude. What
But
you
I
talking
got
about?
but here's the thing, I got two 30-point questions right.
Okay, that's 60, right?
Nah,
I got
you
60.
Right?
60 plus by 30.
Yeah,
Yo,
got-
but you ain't getting them right because you ain't get the answer in before the time was up.
What I'm saying is, y'all timepiece man be on some 1 second you get to read the question. He got the 5 on you, money, and you said, "Can you read the question again?" I'll remember that for next time if I'm invited.
I
on
mean,
the show
you get to read the question again. What you
Yeah,
mean?
you get that.
after the
get that.
count starts.
You
After
get
the
that.
count start, okay. Don't worry about it. I know how to beat the system next time.
I mean, you can't be.
I'ma
You
keep
can't be at
asking-
1. You can't be
I'm-
at
yeah,
1.
you
It was
can't
like,
be
yo,
at one.
can I get that?
So
Can I
what
get
is
that again?
what is the number? What is the cutoff that you need to be at?
And wherever you cut off at, that's where I'll start at the next. After
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's where you
Jay,
start
Jay,
back at.
no, he didn't, because he was at 6 money on yours, and when he read the question, he went back to 10.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Well,
did he?
Listen,
my
listen
bad.
to the tape now. So that
Okay.
means money question don't count.
Nah, it should count. Let's go.
No, it don't count. It don't count. If that was
let me-
the
let me-
rule,
Well, let me ask you this then. Who fault was it that you ain't get them questions in time?
oh no. If there was a actual okay, as soon as the question is read, I'm at the last word I say, I'ma start counting. But Jay, you be like, and that's the question. 10, 9,
But you hear me counting though.
and then money goes, and then money goes. Can I hear the question again?
That's
Da-da-da-da,
what
question.
it What you mean?
10, 9, and then money goes. Can I read the question again? Can you read the question again?
But my question
10,
is, is,
9.
what does that have to do with you not getting yours in time?
Now, and you know what? You're right. I will be a graceful. I will be a graceful loser, and will continue. I will be back because
man.
everybody knows.
Just
that,
take this last place L, man. Just do that.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be back.
Hey,
Oh man. Well, at least you ain't finished last.
if
Al
y'all-
started the game and didn't even show up, so at least you ain't
See,
finished.
and then the
your
whole
last.
question got taken out.
Well, yeah,
that
actually,
I might
Al
have been
finished
able to
last.
have. I'm just saying, it's a whole.
yo,
lot
my neck gonna start hurting, yo. He who bears the crown, burdens are heavy.
Oh, here go this shit.
Man. So the question is,
I was on.
the real question.
I was
is,
almost good.
Pooh,
I was almost good until you started with this.
Pooh, are you gonna give Yosh a chance to redeem himself, or do you want to host trivia next week?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let him come back later, you know, and try to come for me, you know, because I already,
hold on now,
I already
Pooh.
got them written out, ready
Pooh.
to go, and I got
Pooh.
some mad good ones.
Okay.
Pooh, don't hit me with that now. Don't hit me with that. I came back just for you. If you listen to the first couple of minutes of the show, I came back just to give you a shot at your crown. Just to do that.
And I handled my business.
Now, if you scared, say you scared now.
Never,
if you scared, say you scared.
Never scared. Never scared at all.
Okay, man. So that means Jay hosting next week.
That kid told you if you scared, go to church.
That doesn't worry me at all.
Church with money.
I'm just saying, hey, Pooh, if your heart pumped cherry Kool-Aid, it's okay. Just go ahead. Just go ahead, Jay. Don't worry about it. Pooh gonna host next week. Just let me know. Just let me know when Pooh gonna be a contestant again. I'll come back at that moment. Until then, I'll be a spectator enjoying the show. Man. Because graceful people, the people who real champions, you give people a shot. You say, hey man, come on back. I'll come back for you. That's what I did for you, Pooh.
That sounds like Apollo Creed out here, Pooh.
I appreciate you coming back to lose.
I'm just saying, hey, listen, whatever it was, I came back out here and fought. You gonna take it and run. Take it and run.
Yeah, you know.
You take it and run.
I'm used to taking it.
You take it and run. You Floyd Mayweather out there.
Yeah.
Man.
Out here running around the ring. It's okay.
Apparently, we need an official timepiece. So, Timex.
Yo, y'all
any of y'all listening? Because we are looking for sponsors.
Right.
For all of you listening, we're looking for bus drivers.
Go ahead. Oh man.
And we're looking for when Pooh is no longer afraid.
Wow.
That's cool.
That kid gonna boycott, yo.
And I personally think that Alvin's phone or Skype strategically, air quotes, ended up doing something. I don't know what happened.
Yo, this kid got all kinds of ammo.
Yeah, man.
Y'all gonna have to do something with this guy.
And Pooh, air quote, is the winner. It's okay.
Ooh.
Well.
Air quote, I'll take it.
Well, air quote winner. What you got for me this week for your party shot, sir?
Oh man, you know it feels great being on top again. You know.
I guess you want to thank God because without him, none of this.
I can't stand when this dude.
He want to thank Keita in her eyes.
None of this will be possible. You know, without everyone else. You know, especially the people that I beat. So none of this could be possible without you guys. But I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the listeners. You know, never mind. Peace. I catch y'all next Tuesday.
All right. Money, what you got for me?
Hey man, y'all boys gave me a lot of flack because my partner shots was long last week. It was subliminal, but I heard it. But you know, just want to thank the listeners and for like we do this for you guys. We got a lot of fire content on the site, man. Just keep messing with us on this journey, man. You already know, man. If you're not messing with Defy Life, what is your life about?
Damn right. All right, Yosh, what you got for me?
All right, real quick. I know it's going to be episode 100 before I'm invited back because that's the next time Pooh's going to be a contestant to defend his crown. So until then, but on a serious note, man, I know we laugh and joke and all that all the time, but there was a particular segment in which I was extremely serious, and that was the fact of that was the segment or the story we had on the homeless man that was mistreated in the Dunkin' Donuts. You will forever be Dunkin' Donuts to me. Fuck that. But and I opened up a little bit about a part of my life, and you know, I want you guys to know who don't know that mental illness is real, and it does affect the families, not just the people. It does affect the families, and homelessness is real, and it does affect everybody. around them, and I challenge you. I honestly challenge you today, tonight, or morning, if you want to call it. It's 12:39 our time. If you see someone homeless, like my man KD's, put in his poem, like, go ahead and buy him some fries, buy him something to eat, give him $1, give her $1. Like, don't just look past them. Shoot, Dunkin' Donuts should have been giving that man donuts, knowing he was them donuts they gonna throw out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They should have gave him a couple. They should have gave him a couple, knowing that he was homeless. And a lot of things come up that touch me because I've gone through a good bit, and I'm just saying, I challenge all of you today to really, really, like, if you come across somebody that is underprivileged, homeless, whatever, give them something. You got it. You're blessed to have it. Because understand that, like we say, all of us are just $5 away from asking somebody, "Hey, brother, can you buy me some fries?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. No doubt. Ain't got nothing major. Everyone, please remember that it is October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, not only are we trying to do our part with Defy Life gear with the breast cancer awareness T-shirts, but not just us, but anywhere you can lend assistance, and our shirts will be, part of the proceeds will be donated to the Sisters Network. But if it's not us, please support somewhere. That everything for Defy Life gear is available at defylife.myvolution.com or on godefylife.com. Please do whatever you can. It's a worthy cause. So that's all I got. All right, Alvin Glenn, if you got any? Nah, I'm just kidding. Guys, great show as usual. This has been episode 77 of the Defy Life Podcast, inching towards 100. It's been great. We will talk to you folks next week. Until then, Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.